How are you?
Oh, so good, Jim. How are you?
Dude, I'm great. I'm great. I'm a little worried about getting to bed on time because you know how it is after you get off these things, you
Yep,
got to unwind and but
true.
other than that I'm ready because this is going to be a fun day tomorrow.
What's going on tomorrow?
Oh, you didn't get to listen to the show? Um Actually tomorrow we're going to the Meekum auction.
Hmm.
I just had the guy I'm going with, who is Jim Murphy from Muscle Car Appraisal, a YouTube channel, who came on very early in my YouTube career, and we did a whole half hour. It was one of my only like full interviews, right? So I wanted to talk to him about his business. He wanted to talk about his business, that sort of thing. I'm a motorhead as well, so I was really into that. And over the past few months, I've been helping them a lot in from a technical aspect because they want to go live like every Wednesday,
Huh.
and they had some equipment struggles that I've been helping them through. And Jim, as a gesture, oh, and I also ran one of their live streams because the first one they didn't have the equipment, they didn't know it until it was 11th hour. So I went ahead and ran it like I've been told, telling people that I do for my clients. And as a gesture of thanks, he said, well, when I come up to Indy, I'll buy you a hell of a dinner and get you into the Meekum auction, and we'll spend a day. And he was just on. He live streamed from his hotel room.
Okay, so yes, I did see that, but I've got to apologize. I about halfway through, and I know I'm going to slaughter her name, but Patty Broussard.
No, you got it. I think that's right.
Yeah, Patty Broussard. Um, well, actually, I think it was Adam
Hmm.
that Patty and I should do a collaboration in the chat. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I asked Patty what a very dumb question it turned out to be. I was like, hey, can you record your instrument in high quality? And right after that, I clicked on her channel and was listening to her channel. And it is amazing.
I know, right?
I was like, this is gorgeous.
Can you
This is, I
imagine?
literally could listen to that all day long.
Oh, I know. It is one of the most beautiful sounds ever. It's a departure from the harp,
Yeah.
and it just has that edge to it. I love that. I've been trying to get Patty on for
Uh,
months now. God love you, Patty. I mean, she's faithfully here a lot to watch my live streams, and I think she was looking to get a better mic or something. But I want Patty on the show.
He really doesn't need a better mic if that's what she's saying. I venture to guess that is like an out that she has to not. I don't know. I don't want to put words in her mouth. I don't want to speak for her, but my gosh, Patty, it is amazing. And this is coming from a guy who was spent the last 5 years recording people in a recording studio all day long, every day. And the sound is fantastic. I listened to it through my Atom A7X monitors in my treated control room, and it sounds brilliant. You have no excuse. You have no excuse.
Well, not only that, but she is not camera shy. You've seen her videos. She is not camera shy.
Yes,
So,
it's beautiful.
Patty, but still, Patty, no pressure on. Oh, Ed, take care of yourself, bud. I know that storm is a bear. He's got it moving in on him right now. It just passed us maybe 2-3 hours ago. So I know it's going to hit you hard. Hunker down, my friend, and take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
What scares you, Patty? Says, oh my gosh, that kind of scares me, Magic Jones. What could possibly scare you? She's great on camera. That instrument sounds fantastic. And if your microphone handles that, let's assume that it's not a built-in mic. You know how some like accordions or violins will have.
Told me that it's a Zoom. It's an R8 Zoom, and
Oh,
yeah, it is. It's not a super high end. It's not a professional piece of equipment, but it is really really good. I mean, I would say it's a prosumer piece of equipment, but it's whatever she's doing is working, and that really. I mean, the only thing that matters is the end product, right?
oh, absolutely, absolutely. And that's got to be one hell of a nice prosumer mic then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I actually used. I've got the H5, the Zoom H5, and I used that to record a 120 person choir in a gymnasium, and it turned out fantastic. It really did. So,
Oh, we're talking about the Zoom personal recorders, the cross condensers.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got a Q3 that I used to record our live shows with Zoom Q3, which is the video camera and condenser mics.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
love that. I for some reason the Zoom didn't click with me. I was thinking of this Zoom.
So Patty says, I am assuming that she's referring to why she was scared. She says listening through those speakers. And dude, Patty, I'm not blowing smoke. Not blowing smoke. I tend to be not brutally but precise in my critiques when people show me stuff, and I can't help it. It just sounded beautiful. Maybe if I had to critique it, maybe the bass end was just a little bit too prominent. It was coming over the high end just a hair, but I mean that is really nitpicking. Otherwise, man, it's just professional. It's pro grade all the way.
Yeah, and let us not forget that most people don't have the ear that you have, right? I mean,
well,
when you say that, what you're saying is most of you folks that just love music and listen to it and haven't got not an audiophile, you're not even gonna know, and there's nothing wrong with that.
The professional recording you listen to. Now, let me put it this way. So if you like that kind of music, like ambient, like harp, or any type of like what are those mallet things? I mean,
the xylophone.
Xylophone, but not that. It's wooden.
Oh, I can't remember what those are. I know what you're taking. Yeah.
Right on the tip. If you're into that kind of music and you're listening to stuff that is, and you're listening to other music that has been professionally recorded, and one of Patty's songs came in, you wouldn't notice a difference in quality whatsoever.
Right.
Whatsoever. So you're absolutely right, Jim. And I did not plan on talking at all about Patty when I logged on here. Just I totally believe that where compliments are due, it's, why not spread some kindness, and hopefully Patty's feeling good about what I'm talking about, because it's just sincere. It is like I just loaded up her site right here and put up just started playing the first thing that she had, and it was like my audiophile senses just went crazy, and I was like, this is gorgeous.
Brain blown.
Yes. Exactly. So I've got to thank you, Jim. Thank you for becoming my first subscriber on Subscribestar.
Oh, dude, you're welcome. I told you I was going to.
That is so freaking awesome. Thank you so much.
Not a problem, dude. Not a problem. One of your fans, I don't know if she wants me to go public with it. I don't imagine she would care. Became my first Subscribestar subscriber.
Really?
Yeah. No prodding, of course, and that was just awesome. Wonderful gal.
Right.
You know her, and she's a wonderful gal.
I know
you know who she is. Okay.
That is awesome, and she's amazing. She's like my sister from another mister.
I heard you say that. What was the last night on that?
Yeah. It was just really, really, really cool. So thank you. And I've got a question. After you subscribed, was there anything that they gave you, like a message or a welcome or?
Yeah, I don't have that up. I mean, it's of course they're going to tell you that your credit card is going to be dinged. But let me see. If I go to my Gmail, I'll tell you exactly what it told me.
I appreciate that.
Sure.
I don't think I was able to set any of that up. It didn't ask me. I don't know if it asked you to.
No, it didn't ask me either. No, just an invoice. Yeah, and of course your picture's on it.
Cool.
I'm not going to call this up, but and who I'm subscribing to, which is Magic Jones Music.
Awesome.
And this electronic invoice for your subscription to Magic Jones Music is available now, so I can actually go and see that. Not that I need to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to
Sure.
know. I'm going to send them an email on how to improve their service and see if they take me up on it. But
well, it would be awesome if they actually took constructive criticism, wouldn't it, or suggestions?
Yeah. Well, what I offer my subscribers is basically a link to a page that allows them to download any of now 112 songs that I've written over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be cool if they could allow me to upon subscription of any tier, just send them a welcome message, hey, thank you, and in there include the link to the site where they can go and download all the songs. But there was nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Well, if nothing else, if it does exist, maybe they can point you in that direction and then make it easier for other people to find. That'd be nice.
Agreed.
Yeah, but you're so welcome. I mean, the library alone is worth a subscription, to be honest with you. So I can't wait. Because what I do, and I don't know if you do this, if I don't have a set list that I'm trying to lay down in the memory banks, I'll just throw my phone on random. It'll shuffle through all the stuff on it. I have nearly all my music on my phone.
Gotcha.
And I can't wait to hear those pop into that playlist.
You are warming my heart, my friend. That is amazing.
No problem at all. Oh, you know what? You might be interested in this as well. Are you familiar with the band Amorosa, with an E, Amorosa?
Ben Amorosa?
Yeah. And you guys would too. My nephew is the lead singer of that. You should hear those pipes, dude.
Dude, I'd love to.
You should hear those pipes, and they should have a YouTube channel, just Amorosa, just like it sounds.
Amorosa.
No, E.
Amerosa.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sweet. I will. I'll look that up. I'm very much into supporting good people, right? And I am assuming, since he is your kin, that he falls squarely in that category.
Well, his dad's a drummer too. I think I told you that.
Boom!
My brother, he's so much better than I am on the drums. Of course, he started much younger than I did. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Wow. I'm waiting when that day comes when you're actually going to share your percussive talents with the world. What I'm expecting is for you to be this absolutely dumbfoundingly amazing drummer who is just so shrouded in modesty and humility that it doesn't come out. I could be wrong, but I've known people like you.
Yeah, I know, but don't bill me that highly. The buildup is.
We are what we are, right?
I know, and like I said, the buildup is far greater than the practice. So, yeah, well, you'll find out one of these days. It's I'm not a bad drummer. I'm not going to say that I'm a bad drummer. I can keep time like crazy, nice. and I've got, but I have a limited amount of chops. You know what I mean? So I never studied rudiments, which I so should have, and as what's that? You didn't either?
No, I never was trained at all in percussion, and just recently, because of YouTube, I even know what rudiments are.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I knew of him because of my brother and my his father was a drummer as well. I forgot all about Mel.
Dang.
Yeah, he's still around, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I mean, he was an old jazz drummer, and he loved his cocktail kits.
Right on. Right on. That is cool.
Yeah, in fact, it was my inspiration. I thought, well, shit, I'm tired of being buried behind a bunch of guitar players' asses. I want to get up where people can see me, because I was singing some songs too. Oh, here's the thing. You'll dig this, Jason. You will dig this. I can remember playing some really big shows, like when we were playing the St. Patty's Day shows in my Irish rock band. We had some great sound people, because fortunately I didn't have to run sound, but it'd be these tent parties with anywhere from 500 to 2,000 people. Great, Oh, and we would have people just hopping, because other than that, they've got a bunch of guys up there with tambourines and kickboxes, or stomp boxes, singing old Irish tunes. We would rock them up, so everybody, they get drunk, they just rock. But anyway, I'd friggin' go to sing, and he would not notice that it was me singing, so he'd still have me down at a backup level. So
no!
Yeah, so I'm having to yell, and by the end of the night, my voice was just gone. Gone. I have about 3 songs in the in our St. Patty's Day set, and it was like, damn, you're killing me, dude.
Yep. I don't realize how much the engineer has to do with the final sound on a concert or a venue.
Yeah, and the funny part about that is that he's very talented. I've known him for many years, but it's like he forgets.
Of course, I think they can do their own thing, and they're not paying attention. Everything else sounds great, and then you come on mic. Yeah,
and the funny part about it is, the last show we played there, I want to say about 3 or 4 years ago, the last show we played there, I played my cocktail kit, and he turned my mic up when it was my song.
he turned your mic up when it was your
When I was singing, he'd have my mic at the right level. He was riding me like you should do for any vocalist. If they don't know how to back off that mic when they're screaming, then he was riding me. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh yeah, when I do know how, but of course there's times where you just go off, but it's his job to make sure that doesn't hurt the crowd. And I forgot why I brought that up. Why did I bring that up?
I don't know, because we're both musicians.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I know. I was talking about chops and rudiments. so I've never developed a drum solo. I've just never gone down that road. None of our shows required it.
Yeah.
And I've studied it because of it. So it may be some basic stuff, and of course every song that I would learn it verbatim, because it would kill me for those hooks. Those fills are hooks, and I had to do them right.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying, I'm just not the best improviser. How's that?
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm pretty much the same. And to be honest, if I had to, and I've never had to, thankfully, because I am one. But if I were to hire out a studio drummer, one of the first questions I would ask is, can you play to a click?
Yeah.
And you know what? No matter if he sends me, or he or she sends me a demo CD of just crazy chops and technical stuff, and this person can't play to a click, all of that goes flying out the window. It does not matter. If you cannot keep time, you have no business behind a drum kit, in my opinion. I really don't.
No, I totally agree. And for those of you who don't know what he's talking about a metronome click.
Yes.
Think of the old TikTok on top of pianos, but now it's electronic.
Yeah, no, it just goes into your headphones, and it's brilliant. I love it. It's weird for me to play a gig without a metronome.
Oh, really? I never played gigs with it, but the electronic kit's got one built in, so I've always got that on when I'm just trying to do some things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it with recorded music though. Have you ever noticed that? You can't play a click track to a pre-recorded when you're trying to learn a song, someone else's song. I found that most of them don't keep that good. The later ones do, obviously. The drummer.
You're playing like 60s and 70s stuff, right?
Exactly.
They don't keep no. There are very few. There was one that I loaded up to do a cover of, and I was blown away because I knew that they had no means of doing it to a click. It was surprisingly solid, and I don't remember it.
Oh, really?
But yeah. Later now, I mean, anything mid 90s and on is all done by a click.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all, like, mathematically.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah. So that's that's something I'm very familiar with. But man, when you go to learn songs, you kind of throw that out because of that.
Yeah, the song becomes the metronome.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Then it becomes kind of frustrating when your bandmates can't keep time.
Oh, so now let me bring this up. This is why you bring the metronome in. If you've got bandmates that don't know how to play to a metronome per se, then if you're following the metronome, they should be following you.
I know, and even if I'm not following a metronome, they should still be following me. Joe?
That is exactly right. The point of bringing the metronome in is then the fault or the bickering can't land on you because you're just following a piece of software. That's my way of deflecting, and it has taught a few of not any current band members, because the bands I'm with now are fantastic, but previous band members, they learned really quick. I'm not moving. I don't care if you are completely off. I am not moving from this click. We're getting too technical for this show, aren't we?
Well, we are kind of. But we're past an hour, so we can talk about anything we want to.
Well, you got a bedtime. We need to.
This is bonus time. Well, yeah. I actually do. I am just exhausted. I worked all day today, and on not this stuff, but this stuff for someone else. Yeah. And so yeah, I am, dude. I am exhausted.
I appreciate what you're doing. Let me come on here and just shoot the breeze with you is just awesome.
Well, yeah, anytime, man. It's a lot of fun for me, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've got one last question.
Oh, sure. Ask away.
What is your, if you could get any drum kit that you wanted, money's no object.
Oh.
Or would you make your own? I mean, you've already made your own, so I guess.
Yeah, that's the easy part. Well, you know, that's funny you say that, but I'd really like to make an all wood kit.
What kind of wood?
Oh, I'm partial to the birch sound myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the ring of it. The maples are a little bit deep.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and so I would probably the first kit that I would literally build, and we're talking about a bend, steam, and all that, and maybe a stave snare, is that I could make tomorrow if I wanted to. Would be probably out of birch. Yeah.
Wow.
And
right on. Go on.
Oh, it would just be a fusion kit. But you know, the DWs that you have, I really, really want a set of DWs, a nice set of DWs.
It's been awesome. Before my DW, I played a Gretsch birch. It wasn't. I don't think it was a Catalina. It may have been, but I played that for 10 years, and I just got so sick of the poppiness. I wanted a little bit of that depth that maple gives, and so I sold it. And and I love it. I'm getting to the point where I'm missing the poppiness. I mean, it is the maples are super, super deep, as you as mentioned. But
yes, they are, and even deeper and crappier sounding when you take the bottom heads off, like we all did in the 70s.
Yep.
Remember that big old Ludwig set I was telling you about, my first kit?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, bottom heads, we don't need those. And it was the big rock kit too. So, you know, what was it? 16, 14, 12, you know, it was the kind of kit that made you lust after rototoms.
Oh yes. Dang.
Oh man, yeah. And I like that sound too. That's why I made my kick drum so big in my acrylic set, because I love that boom. And I tell you, those acrylics are they sound fantastic.
I've never in my life played one.
Oh, you should, and because you can get a boom or a pop out of them, just because of the way they resonate. Yeah, you tighten them up, and they'll pop just like a birch set. But if you leave them a little bit loose, they'll boom like a maple set.
Huh.
So try one sometime. Tama makes a good one now.
Who does? Tama does?
Yeah, Tama makes one. Mm-hmm. And who else was? Well, Ludwig has reissued the Vistalites, but they're ungodly expensive.
Yeah.
And there's a color
like a Ludwig, but they're all crazy.
Yeah. What about you? What if money was no object, what kind of drum kit would you want?
So right now, well, it would probably be unless. Oh man. So here's the deal. I've found, and you may have found the same, maybe not, but the price of drums can only go up so high and still increase the sonic qualities. It becomes just, you know, the novelty of like exotic wood or an amazing looking kit or a huge kit where there's a billion pieces or so I've got the DW that I've got is the Performance Series, which is it's just a step lower than the collectors. And so, man, price. I had a guy bring in an oak kit once. It was a Yamaha oak, and it sounded so unique. But whether I don't know. I've been so pleased with my kit that you know, I've never even considered, you know, pie in the sky. What would you buy if price for no option? So
I hadn't either until you brought it up. I had to scramble for something.
Scramble way better than I do.
Okay. Let's revisit this for a minute. If money was no object, I would want John Bonham's original Vistalite kit. How's that? Boom.
Yep.
Can you think
That would be it. That would be it.
Can you think of a more iconic or valuable drum kit? Nope. Does not exist.
Maybe one from Neil Peart, but I don't even know which one. But even then, man, I watched some of the tracking videos that somehow made their way onto YouTube of Bonham, like his original tracking sessions for these songs. I am dumbfounded. I am just at the clarity, and I mean it's got to be like 90% the drummer. It's got to be 90% Bonham. He is just so precise yet full of humanity. I don't know how to describe it. That's why Led Zeppelin was who they were.
Yeah.
Every single one of those musicians is on the same level of just wow.
Yep. My thoughts exactly. Yeah.
That's a response.
I wish I'd have thought of it earlier. Outdoorsy Gal says, Jim, what about Neil Peart? Neil Peart is one of my idols. Somebody asked me, I think it was David, the producer, he said, if you could have anyone on, connections were no object. How's that?
Yeah.
I said, Neil Peart. The guy's a friggin' genius. If you ever watch any of his interviews, he's not only is he just a professor behind the kit, but the dude could be a professor. I mean, he's brilliant. He reads all the time. I mean, when most bands were going through groupies like like Jolly Ranchers?
Yeah. Yep.
No. Neil was reading off in his own little world.
He was in the back room reading a book.
Yeah, exactly. He's reading Tolstoy.
I haven't seen any of his interviews, but
oh, you should. He talks like he drums. It's literally a shotgun, man. I mean, he's really fast talker.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's and like I said, he's got a vocabulary that would make so many people just feel inferior.
Right. I'll have to look that up. I've watched almost all of his solos that he's which are mind-boggling.
I got another question for you. Have you watched any of the What Makes This Song Great series by Neil Beato?
Yeah, I have.
Or was it Neil?
I haven't watched any of
Rick Beato.
Rush's.
Yeah, I just watched. He was talking about Limelight. Just watched that last night. Killer, just killer. Yeah, Rick Beato. If you guys are interested in knowing how songs are put together and why, and time signatures and mastery of the instrument, because he finds the original tracks and he'll break them out.
How does he do that?
I don't know.
How in the world does he have access to the individual original tracks of these amazing, ridiculously popular songs?
I don't know, but I'm listening to Geddy Lee sing a cappella for Limelight.
Oh, I'm doing it.
It's right, so cool. But there's so many other songs he covers as well. But he also talks about, because you're so big into the musical ambiance, right? So when you're developing the songs you develop, you think about those small details in the background because you have to, right?
Yes.
You're not talking about a 4-piece band here. You're talking about you have the world. The world is your oyster, and you get to insert anything you want to.
Right.
Well, he talks about those things because a lot of the bands that, even if they were a 3, 4, 5 piece, they in the studio, you have so much of an opportunity to add all kinds of different nuances and things, and he breaks that down, man. I love that. Big plug to Rick Beato.
Yeah, he's something else. He is. He's got to be like. How do you say this? As you mentioned, as you say, a professor of music theory.
Yeah, he's a musical savant, man. He'll play the guitar parts. He'll play the bass parts. He'll play, and I'm talking about the solos. And oh god, it's like,
why don't we hear the music from Rick Beato? Or am I missing something? Is he a part of a band or something?
I don't know. I've never known any band that would have said, or that I would think that one of the members is Rick Beato.
Yeah, me neither.
Now I have one of his drum covers.
Yeah. He's a drummer too. I didn't know that.
Yes, he's a drummer. You watch. I haven't seen him play the drums, but he literally does the licks in the air exactly as you're hearing him on the breakout tracks, and it's like, oh, you got to be kidding me, man! Wow. Not only that, but wait till you watch this video and the Rush one in particular, and he starts talking about the chords that Alex Lifeson plays on this.
Right.
These chords, or I should say notes, are 4, 5, and 6 numbers long. I don't even know what they mean. I didn't even know they existed.
Playing chords that just shouldn't work.
Oh yeah, wait till you see it. Your jaw drop. Well, maybe your jaw, because you know more about it than I do. Maybe your jaw doesn't drop, but I'm like,
oh no,
how was that a chord?
No, the only thing I know on guitar are power chords, really. And if they're not power chords, then I have to. I mean, you've seen me.
Yeah.
You just piece them together. I'm like, these 2 notes are good because I've got it in my head of how it should sound, but I'm not talented enough or skilled enough to put them together. So I actually will play 2 of the notes, then 2 more of the notes, and then maybe 4 more, and then just piece together this motif. But these people who are just crazy good at multiple instruments make me want to do more of it.
Was it you and I that were talking about watching those kids play instruments?
Yes.
Yeah, just makes me want to crack my drumsticks over my knee and say, "Oh, that's it."
Curl up in the back corner there, fetal position, and question
everything. question my existence on this planet. It's it can be such a mind screw.
Jim, I could talk about this all night, and I am totally fine. But I know that you are tired.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, my friend. I do. And yes, we could talk about this all night long.
Oh, really? I a room with you, with drum kits and musical equipment around. That would just be awesome, dude.
Oh, it would. It would. And that would be fun for me because one of my fondest memories, my fondest drumming memories, was not playing out to those crowds or even playing to some tabletops. Was my brother. He lives in Florida, and we're still close, but we don't get to see each other that often. I actually had 2 drum kits set up in this room right here at one time, and he just happened to be coming up for some reason. It was not coordinated, and he and I got to play the whole afternoon face to face, right? Because I had them facing each other for some reason. He's a left-hander and I'm a right-hander, so everything we did was mirrored at that point. It's really cool.
That is cool.
Taught me some stuff. It was just fantastic. I can't wait to see him in June. We're going down to Florida to see him. So yeah, but that's one of my fondest drumming memories ever.
As many shows that I've played, I've got to say the same thing. Me and a fellow musician, his name is Jesse Crowley. He's actually the second half of a band I'm in called Tiny Boats. We went around and he's a really good songwriter, and he and I produced up this show where it's just he and I. He plays an acoustic guitar and I'm on my box drum or a cajon. It's a Peruvian.
Oh, dude.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And so
I build them.
We put together this string of 17 living room concerts, like cottage concerts is what we called them. And it was just him with an acoustic guitar and me on a cajon, and we sang these Christmas songs to living rooms that were filled with friends and family of whoever was owning, and those are some of the best shows I've ever done. It is so amazing when you get intimate with people musically that are just up and close, and it's all there's no metronome, there's no nothing but hands.
Yep.
Hidden wood and strumming. Just something about that.
Just some
coolest thing ever.
Absolutely. I've done some backyard parties that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, it was drum kit because I didn't build cajones at the time, so. But anyway, they were real close, up on you and whatnot.
Yeah,
I've got a great design ready for a new cajon that no one's ever seen before.
So you've designed cajones?
Oh yeah, I built them, but this one I designed from scratch, and it's apart from the some of the dimensions, it's virtually the same, but it's more than that. And of course, the market's probably going to be. I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. I just was saying shrouded in mystery.
Shrouded in mystery. Well, I'm hoping to take it to market when we're going to work out all the pieces that I want to work out.
Right on.
And I'll give you a hint. You'll get this, But the one thing that bugs me about the cajon is you can't use all four limbs
Yep.
that easily. I mean, I know people that do for whatever reason, but this one is designed for all four.
Oh.
Ooh, intrigued.
Yeah, one thing I do is I strap shakers to my calves with duct tape. Not duct tape, masking tape.
Duct tape. I want to see
So
that.
I've got my my feet going up and down and shaking these shakers that are kind of impersonating a hi-hat of sorts to the kick and the snare of the cajon. I don't know. To see what your design is would be pretty darn cool.
I've seen people do that a lot. They'll actually, rig the pedals with either tambourine or blocks or things like that. Just have a pedal there as well.
Yep.
Well, very cool. Thanks, Jason, for letting me get to bed, man. I appreciate that, and for the wonderful conversation.
It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. So
we will.
Keep working the good work, my man.
Oh, I'll try, and be looking for me there in on the boob tube.
You got it.
If you guys, I'm serious about this. If you guys, those of you in the chat as well, if you actually see me on that feed, if you decide for some weird reason to watch the Meekum Auto feed tomorrow, see it, tweet that out, just for fun.
What's it called again? Meekum Auto Feed?
Yeah, the Meekum Auto auction.
Oh, Meekum Auto Auction. What was that again? The Meekum Auto Auction?
Mm-hmm. Yep. MECUM.
CUM.
Yeah. They have auctions all over the country, and they always come to Indianapolis during the 500. And these are the muscle cars that are anywhere from $30 to $1 million, $30,000 to $1 million. Yeah. Oh yeah. And even more. I think the highest one was about $3 million, and that was for one of those old Dodge Daytonas, like 70 Superbird Daytonas.
Oh.
Superbird. Yeah. I'm gonna get a shot for not getting that right, but I'm not a Dodge guy.
Yeah. No worries.
So yeah, guys, if you see that, by all means, that'd be fun if you and we'll talk about it tomorrow night, I'm sure.
What time is it starting?
Well, it starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and it runs, 8 a.m. tomorrow, and it runs like all the way up to 9 p.m.
Got you. Your involvement.
I'll be there all day, and
we don't know when you'll be streaming.
I'm not going to be. I probably won't stream. But what I'm talking about is they have cameras everywhere, and they live stream it themselves. And
Gotcha.
And you see these shirts behind me right there?
Oh yes, I do.
I've got one of them
in the way.
Yeah, I've got one of them with. Oh, there you go.
Well, there we go. There we go. Yes, what you are seeing is a shirt behind there.
Well, I've got the breast pocket logo, the Video Call and Show logo, and then on the back of mine, I've got my channel icon. You know, the big face of me doing that sort of thing, and then of course my YouTube channel link.
Fantastic. That is fantastic.
And I'm with Jim, who is he's a registered bidder. Jim Murphy from Muscle Car Appraisal is a registered bidder. Yes. And I'm going to be shadowing him all day. He might go live because that's his thing. It's probably not right for this show, so I probably won't go live tomorrow. But we might on his channel. And yeah, like I said, they have cameras everywhere. Not only do they broadcast it on national television, but they also live stream it all day.
I see.
And I'm not asking you guys to watch it all day, believe me, because it could get ponderous, man. It's ponderous. Nobody knows what that's from.
I know, I've heard it.
Casey Kasem.
Really?
Yeah.
Top 40?
Yeah, top 40. It's like, are you gonna effing? Every time I do a dedication, it's right after a death. Are you kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? It's ponderous, man. Ponderous. That's a very horrible Casey Kasem impression. But
right on.
Okay,
right.
Look at me. I can't shut up.
I'm fine, dude.
I know. I am gonna go. I
appreciate you, man.
Hey, appreciate you, dude. And we'll catch you on one of your next live streams.
For sure. We're going to be releasing the one that we've been working on, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. We've been working on it for about a week and a half. Finished the song today, and I'm waiting for a solo from Frozen Fury, who's another YouTuber who's a great guitarist, if you haven't looked him up. And as soon as I get that solo, we'll put together the music video, and then we'll have a release party. I'm so excited. This one turned out really good, too.
It did. I haven't heard a guitar solo any more than you have, but I've been following it. I think I've made about 3/4 of your videos on it. So
Right on.
I missed the drum one, of course.
My daughter came here and told me I'm needed upstairs, so it's a perfect segue.
Hi, honey. I can see her, but no one else can. Here, let's go to the. There we go. There she is.
All right. Well, we're gonna head upstairs. You keep on fighting the good fight, my man.
Hey, same to you, my friend. We'll talk to you later.
We'll do.
Bye. Bye. It's over. Did you enjoy that show? Hey, listen, if you want a guest cut just like this, all you've got to do is come on the show. It's as simple as subscribing, ringing that bell, and then watching it. The instructions are right there at the head of every show. You know you want to come on. You know you want a guest cut. You know you want to tell your story. You don't have interviewers beating down your door. So join us at the video call-in show. We'll see you live.